At my core, I'm a storyteller. That's who I am. The destination is really cool, but it's about how I get there that's 10 times more important to me. Remember how I had stumbled upon this particular model. It was probably the YouTube video that I watched. So I did fire up my 3D printer. This was something that I printed all the way back in April, and you'll see it here shortly, but I'd use this really fantastic PLA Galaxy from Bamboo Lab to print this. And so I just fired it up and tried to get all the pieces that needed to go in it. So I picked up this Heltec chip, and it is an ESP32. And it came with the chip here, and then it came with a couple other things. It came with the small antenna, an internal antenna, looks like some pins to maybe be able to connect another board or implement it on a board. I think these are called JCTs. I'm still learning this. This is a connection wire, and that's the system, and I believe that is a power and a negative. We're learning. And I bought the battery separate, 3,000 milliamp hour, I believe that's what that is, battery. And then you connect it to the board here. But this chip also comes with a display. And this is the problem, is that when this was flashed, and I'm trying to get a better view here, when this was flashed, and leave a comment below if you know this and you know what went wrong. But it looks like it was flashed for Wi-Fi. And so I couldn't get it to reflash. I tried on the Meshtastic website. I was at the hackerspace I'm a part of, and someone that's very familiar with Meshtastic, and they weren't able to get it to work either. So I had reached out to Heltec, and then kind of just gave up after some back and forth. I'm like, well, we are going to put this project down. I had bought a better antenna for it. This is a much, much better antenna than the one that it came with. And so we just kind of reached a breaking point. But check out this sweet case for it. This filament was really, really pretty. This PLA Galaxy from Bamboo Lab. I'm not upset about that. It looks good. Gotten into Meshtastic just kind of as a way to maybe be able to text my wife in case Mount Rainier erupted, or just kind of really like to see how it would work. People use it for a myriad of reasons. Preppers, all kinds of things, hikers, festivals where, cell phone, can get interrupted. And so it's long range. It uses LoRa. You don't need a phone for it, but there is an app where you can do all kinds of things. And it is basically, GPS is optional, so you can actually have location. It has very long battery life. And so this was just kind of something that I was really interested in and wanted to see if it worked good or not. Could show you a time lapse of the print, but here's the next best thing, the slicer file. And so you can kind of just see this was such a rad print, such good design. And this is an area of things that I want to learn as well, right? And then they had even taken the time to put in, the battery strength, the version of their print. And then what I thought was really rad is these buttons right here. Such a small design, but they plug in right here and they allow you to reset. And then I picked up a copy of Make Magazine, which has quickly become one of my favorite publications. Not sponsored, bought it with my own money. And they had a really cool article in it about Meshtastic. And I really like how they, break down the time that a project is going to take and give you, materials of what you need. But they also have just a really good breakdown of what the process is and to kind of take it step by step. Now, I didn't follow this process, right? I had gone down to my local hackerspace and was having a buddy help me through it, and we discovered that something was wrong. So I'll just put all the, extra bits back into the box and put everything back together with the Meshtastic, and maybe we'll pick it up, or maybe we'll find a new home for it, someone that's going to be able to utilize it. That's the great part, and one of the many things I'm looking forward to about being involved in a hackerspace is I know that there's somebody that could use this, or maybe they want to give this project a go, and what a great thing to be able to pass along to them that's ready to go. Hi everybody, Patrick from Patty Melts here, and I want to take a moment and just talk with you about strategically quitting. The things didn't work out right now for the Meshtastic, receivers that I was looking to build, and that's okay. We can reuse those parts for another project. We can set it aside for now, but because there are so many things that I want to do, I have to stop. It becomes a real balance of not wanting to just give up on a thing and deciding that, hey, there are other things that we need to do. And so the need to kind of check that box and make sure that, oh, we did this and we figured this thing out. And that's a strong need, that it's okay to just leave it unanswered for a while and move on to something else, because the piece that I might be missing here, I might find it on another project. And that's the wild part. There's no way of knowing that. So it's okay to put it down and move forward. So with the Meshtastic project kind of a bust, I wanted to pivot to some other, mixed mode projects that I had been saving. And I had saved this one right about the same time that I had the Meshtastic. And so this is a project that creates a little weather forecast display. I've reached an age where I care more about the weather than I did when I was younger. So I thought this would be a fun little thing to have on my desk. And what was important to me about this was a no wiring or soldering project, right? So this was going to kind of introduce me to this ESP32 board that comes with a pre-installed screen. And the person that created this, good on you and thank you, because they listed out everything that you needed to get. And so I was just really quite excited to jump into this. And then I happened to notice, hey, there's another project. I had actually crowdfunded this on Maker World. And it's a tiny little, it's just adorable. The cute factor is high, and it just shows you what the time is, your CPU and RAM usage, and then the words per minute you're typing. I just thought that was too stinking cute, so I kicked this creator, $10 to make it come to life, and you get I don't get a ton. I just basically supported them to support the project. I think if you went at a higher level, you got extra skins, but I just thought, hey, why not knock out two projects at once that use the exact same board as each other? I want to talk a little bit about how my ADHD plays into this process of learning this vast and what seems to be infinite world of electronics. It's really difficult for me not to go completely down the rabbit hole on some of these things. And there are so many elements to it. There's theory, there's practicality, there's mechanical engineering, all of these things that I want to fit into my projects that implement electronics. And so I have to really remind myself, and I'm sure that I'm going to have to consistently remind myself not to completely go down the rabbit hole and focus on one little thing like ESP32, focus on microprocessors, which I believe that is a microprocessor. There's my newness showing, all of these different elements, resistors, capacitors, trying to not completely lose myself or lose the overall goal, which is learning how to make things, learning how to create things. So we got our board here, and here is the ESP32 on the back, and then it does come with an integrated and an attached screen already. Comes with the cords, the stylus, and extra connectors. It looks like some jumper cords. Yeah, all kinds of things. So I did print out the instructions because I am, that kind of person. But let's jump online and get this flashed and installed. Okay, so we've got Chrome opened up here, and I am ready to connect the board, follow the instructions. So connect your ESP32 to your computer's USB port. Let's get it plugged in. Let's see what it does. I'm excited. Never done anything like this before. Oh, it's taken micro USB. Interesting. Okay. Okay. All right, we got it connected. And now we just need to click connect. Allow. No port selected. Make sure you have the right drivers installed. All right, let's go troubleshoot that. It's so important to me as a creator and as a maker that I share this process with you. It's going to be messy at times. There are going to be wins. There are going to be setbacks. But this is what I feel that I have to offer you in a very crowded space with a great number of people that are all bringing different approaches and different perspectives to what they create and make. To have you alongside me in this journey makes me feel not alone. It makes me feel not isolated. It makes my failures feel like part of the learning process because I'm here learning alongside of you. And I think that that's really rad. And I'm excited to share that process with you and all that it encompasses. Okay, I think we got connected. I think it's populating here. I believe this is the correct one. Let's see. All right, sweet. We want to install Aura. Yes. I've never done this before. It's exciting. I've got the board plugged in here to my right. It's kind of just chilling there. And let's give it a go, see what it does. Oh, okay. Well, I'll meet you on the other side of this installation. Okay, so we have the installation complete. Let's see what's next. Well, we already installed it. So maybe we go into the console and download the logs. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so wild just to be learning here in real time. Let's go back. Okay, let's follow we installed it, so that might be it. We might be done. I'm scrolling the instructions here. And good on them for letting me know that you had to use Chrome or Edge and ew. Why? Yes. So okay. Yeah. I think we're done. Let's go back over to the bench. Okay, so we are connected here. I'm not sure if this is my city yet. I did see a configuration screen previously when I had it plugged in, but let's get it installed into its case here and then try to get it all finalized and set up. Okay, so I'm going to try my best here to be able to both do this and film it because the little headband attachment I bought for this, it does not include all the parts. So let's go through here and let's see. Let's enable our location. We're going to go in through here. We're in Vancouver, Washington. Thank God they included this little stylus. Okay. Let's see if it'll find it. Nope. It wants to do British Columbia. Oh, there we go. Yay. Okay. And then we're going to use Fahrenheit because I am on board with the metric system, 100%. Temperature, I cannot figure out Celsius. So we're going to dim the screen at night. 24-hour clock. Sure, why not? And then let's close it up. And let's see what we have. Boom. There we go. We actually have the temperature in here. So this is neat. And let's see what all it includes. Oh, close. All right, let's get it installed in its case. Okay, so here's where we're at. I have the screen pulled up here, and it's working good. I connected it to an old little power bank, an old little juice pack that I have, so that we could keep the power going and have it charging while we're doing other things. But let's take a look at the housing. So I printed 2 different colors for this because I wasn't sure which one I was going to like, and these weren't very large prints, not a lot of material, and so these are kind of my two of my 3 colors that I want for my lab here. And I've been having some issues with this eSun filament. It's not printing well. I see some color difference in it. I've reached out to them and they opened a ticket and they've been great. I just haven't followed up. That's on me. So what did almost derail the project this week is that I had ordered these and Amazon had hosed me. So these are some right angle USB-C adapters to charge everything. And they weren't going to show up in time. They just canceled it and didn't notify me. So I don't know if he wants to be mentioned, but I really am thankful for one of the folks down at the hackerspace I am a part of, because he had these just laying around and left them in his locker, and I was able to go by on my lunch break yesterday and grab them. So thank you so much to that individual that did that. You saved my rear here. Probably going to be loads easier with the screen off. So this isn't, supposed to be anything more than, drop it in and go. So the print, which came out spectacular, has all of these, the pins to just drop it in there, which is pretty fantastic if you ask me, and really, really great design. This was also from the person that had done the piece, right? They included this profile. The other person that had the little cat widget thing also had a case, but I just liked this one a bit better. So I think we need to, actually, before we do that, I think we do need to, well, first of all, I didn't do the most gratifying part, which was take the screen protector off. That's something that folks really like to see, that new. Oh, that's a very gratifying noise. Okay, let's get this adapter on there. It's a USB-C. It plugs in like this. How tight does that go in? There we go. We got the click. Okay, so we have that in there. That's a sharp right angle. And I went ahead and ordered a bunch more of these because if I like this board and I like this project, I might do like a custom design and a whole little like array. Who knows? And that's the exciting thing about this, is that I don't know what my voice is yet, but we're going to find it. And little projects like this, oh, I think they're rad and I love them. So let's get that in there. That fits in pretty nice. I like that. That's pretty good. And let's see how the back goes in, because this was on one of the other issues I was having with the other color, was the fitment of this. Because if you see, there's like a tiny channel in there for it to all fit in. So let's get it going and get it clasped in there. I think it's just kind of a click. I don't want to break it. I had tried this out on another one and had broken it. There's also a channel here to slide it in. You can see that. Let's get that slid in there. I don't have the best finger dexterity, especially if you've been watching the channel. You've seen that. But let's get it going. We got it in the channel. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, come on. Come on. We're close. We're close. All right. I'm going to quit struggling with this on camera. Okay. I was able to wrestle it in there. I just pretty much had to like pop it into a bunch of places at once and get it going. So it's all in there now. And you can see the little angled thing out. And that's USB-C. And I have a micro, so we'll have to swap that out. That's fine. Let's get it the right cord. Okay, we've got the unit here and the right cord. Let's plug it in and see how it goes. All right, success. We're there. We did it. There's our little weather station. We 3D printed the thing. We bought the board. We didn't do the work there, and that's okay. This was the first project. We did print the case, and we learned a little bit about flashing it and installing it, and there we go. We have it. We have a little desktop weather station. How freaking rad is that? I'm so excited. I don't know what my voice is yet in this world of electronics. And so we're going to learn some theory. We're going to learn some practical hands-on things. And you're going to be there with me while I do it. And I really hope that you're on the other side of this learning with me. It is a fantastic journey to be on. And we're going to get there. Okay, we're going to press our luck today and see if we can't. It's the same process, so no better time than the present, and see if we can't get this adorable little Bongo cat installed. So again, we're back in Chrome. Looks like they probably use the same thing on GitHub. GitHub is relatively new to me, and I'm going to be completely wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe it's just a repository of a bunch of people that put their, or companies too, that put their files on there. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I have so much to learn. It's overwhelming. I did confirm through the board I ordered on Amazon. It is the 2.8, so we're going to connect it. We're going to follow the process that we did last time, and we're going to see if it will flash onto there. So we're going to install it. Erase device. Do you want to erase? Yes. Do you want to install it? Yes, I do. And I know you can't see this right now, but the board has gone dark. It'll probably have a couple minute installation like it did last time. So we'll just let it ride. Yep, here we go. All right, I'll see you on the other side. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute is this? And I was clicking a key on the keyboard and it blinked its eyes. So this is super adorable. I'm so excited to actually have this up and running, but I want to make sure it goes into a home. So let's get it put into its case. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Bongo Cat into their case. I thought we could do a different view this time. And let's get the USB-C angled boot into there. That's nice and clicked. And again, we'll take off that screen. Gosh, love that noise. All right, I'll get it put into its case. Let's go with the orange this time. I'm hoping that the filament will cooperate. It was kind of hard to click the last one in. So let's give this a go. We'll see if maybe I can get it on camera this time. Because it struggles with like kind of clicking in, and I don't want to break it or anything. Is that? No, that's not in there. Is it? I think it's in there. All right, maybe I was bad mouthing. No, it's not in there. All right, let me get this popped in. No, I was right. It's not wanting to go in, and I think it's this filament. There's a pretty finicky tolerance down here. I have another one where hopefully I can show you where it has that little channel, right? And we have a protrusion here. I don't know the right word I'm going for. And then on the other side, there's a recess, for it to fit in. You can see when I was testing it on the other one, I don't know if you can see that, but I had bent the lip quite bad. Yeah, so you can see how much that bends out and flexes. So I don't know. I don't think this filament was a good production run. So I unfortunately had ordered this in 5 rolls. I need to look and see if the others came out as bad as this, and then follow up with eSun. I think we might put it back in the white case. Yeah, just much better fitment on the white case here, and definitely an issue with filament. This one snapped right back in, and it's just secure. No bending, no loose gaps anywhere in the print, and a nice wobble-free. Nothing's clicking around in there. So we'll go with this one. And here we go. We have it. How rad is that? It's not connected to my computer, so it's not going to be doing anything. I'm so sorry that I don't have that to show it to you. Let's connect it to my laptop, and I can't have you not see this. It's so cute. Okay, we have it set up on the laptop, and let's watch it go. He's smashing the keyboard. He's having a good time. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the simple joy of Baker Cat. I'm going to age myself here a little bit, but I was in college in the early aughts, actually halfway through in the early aughts. And Baker Cat was just so cute and adorable. So it's showing the CPU usage, showing the time, the RAM being used. That's a lot of RAM being used. And the words per minute. I'm just mashing the keyboard. So 142, 151. That's fun. And then we slow it down. And we just go slow. Oh, this is so exciting. And here's the deal. This is a W, right? Like, we didn't have to solder anything. We learned a couple things, right? We were flashing that board. But this was a really good project to start with. Something really easy, something really simple. Tons of joy coming out of it, and let's move on to the next. I could not show you how adorable it is when he's sleeping. Oh my gosh, I can't even handle that. So we're going to go through some projects that seem extremely simple or extremely rudimentary, and I will do my best to make sure that I'm also making it interesting and engaging with you. And so we're going to start at the beginning. And I've got some really cool things lined up and planned for future videos. So I really hope that you hit that subscribe button and the little bell that notifies you to let you know when I have a video so that you don't miss any of the next steps. If you've stuck around to this point, I want to really thank you for being on this journey with me. Please do take a moment and like the video, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It really helps the channel out as we grow. I know that I have so much that I want to share with you, and I truly do appreciate you being here. I plan on making this sort of a series and putting it in a playlist for you all to follow along as you find various projects that might interest you. I really hope that you go out this week and create something or make something, because you are so very worth the investment. Have a good week, everybody. Oh, don't record. No. Oh, it's recording again.